case was rigged. True. And we're back. Mike Cernovich, Cernovich.com, CERNOVICH.com. I don't stream much. I only stream when I got, breaking news kind of thing. And yesterday we had a massive scoop. This is completely changing the public's coverage and the public's understanding of the Roger Stone case. So let's talk about what was found, how bad it was found, what lawyers think it means, and all this and more. So one thing to keep in mind is that everybody has a right under the First Amendment to have their political opinions, right? Everyone does. What we found is not merely I'm a citizen with an opinion, right? What we found, let's just look at, this is the final tweet that the jury foreman posted. This tweet was done on November 15, 2019. What day was Roger Stone convicted? Right? What was the date of Roger Stone's conviction? So the date of Roger Stone's conviction was November 15th, 2019. On November 15th, 2019, the juror forewoman posts two hearts, a fist, and a raised fist. The raised fist could mean black power. Some people say it means solidarity. A number of things. But definitely, this is a political statement. Roger Stone is a political character. She is making a political statement the day she votes to convict. So then, of course, you go back and you find all of her old tweets, and they are as bad as you would think. Now, there's an interesting aspect to this story that a lot of people don't know. So a bunch of people are blaming Roger Stone's lawyers for not having this information. They're saying, why did we just find it now? And the answer to that is we did not know her name. The judge completely sealed and prevented anyone from talking about the names of the jurors. They said they'll be harassed or be jury tampering. And the judge has actually threatened to jail anyone who, this is a First Amendment violation. So those of you who are like, well, it's a violation of the thanks for telling the lawyer who's won free speech cases what a First Amendment violation is, right? So guess what? Judges have a lot of power. So the judge had threatened to jail anyone who, from Roger Stone's team, who gave the names of the jurors to reporters to report on it. They said, we'll put you in jail for jury tampering. So we didn't have this information. Roger Stone, they had tried to get this juror off. They couldn't do it. The only reason we have this information is because after the four prosecutors resigned, right? After the four prosecutors resigned, the juror spoke out. So Tamika Hart. So CNN wanted to publish a story saying, look how terrible Trump is. Trump is so terrible. A juror posted a Facebook post about how terrible he is. Well, thank you, CNN, for this. Because if I had reported this story out myself, it would be, oh my God, an outrage. This is jury tampering. Oh, blah, blah, blah. So CNN, in an effort to make Trump look bad, actually gave us a juror name, and then we were able to do the research and find out that this was not, again, a garden variety Democrat. This was, in fact, a far left-wing activist. She walked by, there's a number of tweets. We walked by the Trump hotel and yelled, shame, shame, shame. Everybody who supports Trump is in the Klan. Everyone who supports Trump is a racist. Well, if your claim is that everyone who supports Trump is in the Klan, by the way, I'm looking awfully cute today. I haven't seen anybody comment on that. So I know you want to talk about, Roger Stone and everything like that, but, I'm looking a little extra, it's that sort of the kept but unkept look. So I look like I don't care, but I do. That tussle. He doesn't really care. He's a man. You never want a man to spend more time getting dressed than a woman does. So you just do that little kept but unkept look. So we have a real problem, by the way. The real problem is that if Tamika Hart hadn't gone public to CNN, we'd never have this story. We'd never have this information. And that's why when people are saying, well, how dare you blame the judge? We were not supposed to know this. Jack Posobic's here. So a common hijack. Ali's here. Ashley St. Clair's here. Sean is here. Everybody's here. Hey, guys. So the theme of the Trump presidency was this was not supposed to happen. This story that I broke was not supposed to happen. We were not supposed to know that this happened. The judge did not want us to know that this ever happened. The entire theme of the past 4 to 5 years, and if I wrote a book on the zeitgeist of this age, I would say this was not supposed to happen. Trump wasn't supposed to happen. Bernie wasn't supposed to happen. Brexit wasn't supposed to happen. Uncovering FBI corruption wasn't supposed to happen. Finding out the FISA fraud was not supposed to happen. Finding out jurors are rigged and that judges will allow far left-wing activists on jurors to punish people she doesn't like because she disagrees with their politics. None of this was supposed to happen. And if this reporter, or rather if this activist had not gone public to CNN to cry about Trump, because we know CNN wouldn't have, they have K-File, right? K-File's got 5 guys. I have me, right? Ask poor Shauna. Michael, what are you doing? You're reading Twitter again? So CNN could have uncovered all this, but they wouldn't. CNN just wanted to say, oh, the juror foreman love the prosecutors. They're good guys. Trump bad. Orange man bad. And then it's incumbent upon us to find out all this other information. But we were never supposed to have this story. We were never supposed to have this truth. That's how bad it is right now out there. If you only knew how bad it was. Right? So if I were defining the zeitgeist of our time, and the zeitgeist is sort of the capturing the cultural feeling, the cultural vibe of our time, I would say this was not supposed to happen. Chapter 1, if you only knew how bad it was. Right? Because this Roger Stone thing is awful. People knew it was awful, but you couldn't talk about it because the judge would throw you in prison for jury tampering. Right? So when Roger Stone tried to talk about the jury component and how the jury was stacked, the judge said, if any of these names get out, we're going to throw you all in jail for jury tampering. Now, by the way, if they tried to do that to me, I'd fight it in court. You know, who knows what you do. Fortunately for me, I'm a lawyer, you know, so I'm able to tiptoe around them lines a little bit differently than other people. Very easy to get caught up, even if you're a lawyer. But I'm able to, you know, understand the law a little bit better than the average bear or the average gorilla. But if you only knew how bad it was, we were not supposed to know this, and that is everything. So we don't know the other 8 jurors, right? So let's talk about what we don't know and what we do know. We don't know who the other jurors are. There could be 8 other jurors with tweets worse than this, and we don't know because we don't know their names because the judge was unlawfully threatening to imprison people for reporting. It could be way worse. This might be not even the worst, and this is bad enough. A friend of mine, criminal defense lawyer for 25 years, done over 150 federal criminal trials, a lawyer's lawyer. He's the guy you call if you're a lawyer and you're a little shook up or wondering what's going on. He said, Mike, how do they let this happen? Right? He's flabbergasted. And that's because although he's a great lawyer, he isn't as cynical or as red-pilled as I am. Yeah, Ashley St. Clair says she wants to see her questionnaire. Great point, Ashley St. Clair. So I am actually going to file a lawsuit, and I don't need to do a crowdfund for this because I'm going to do it on my own. I'm actually going to file a lawsuit in federal court, a motion to unseal like the Epstein thing, to get the questionnaire. So all these jurors had to answer questionnaires under oath describing their social media behavior and conduct. We don't have this information, right? So Mike Cernovich of Cernovich Media will be filing a lawsuit within a week or two to try to get the questionnaires to ascertain what exactly happened. So I'll let you know we've started work on that today, and we're starting the drafting today, the pleadings on that today. So that will be filed very soon, and this is not a fundraising pitch because I'm just going to do it myself. It's just a 3 or 4 page, thing, and then I'll have to fly out and argue it and everything else. And the judge will probably yell at me, but I don't really care. She can yell at me. I'm used to being yelled at. And so, yeah, we do need to see the juror questionnaires. We need to find out if this Tamika Hart is the worst, or or if she was just, the best. Maybe it was actually worse what people found. So there you go, friends. We weren't supposed to find this out. And if you only knew how bad it was. This is how, and by the way, I noticed something, and Pasobik had tweeted this earlier, and this is something that I mentioned before and that I agree with, which is that I have always been a criminal justice reform person. So lefties try to say, well, here we go, we got our co-host here. So lefties are trying to be like, well, I'm glad you finally care now there's Roger. I've always cared. What is happening to Roger Stone happens in courts every day. It's lawless, people. You have no idea what you're getting into. It is the federal court system. You know what you call a federal judge? A prosecutor in a robe, right? It's bad for everyone. But what I noticed is, where are the civil liberties and civil rights advocates, right? You want to talk? You want to say something? What do you want to say?
But I need to sit down.
You want to sit down? Okay. Syra wants to talk. Yes?
Daddy, I need to sit down.
You're sitting down. Okay? So what we're finding is, really, it happens everywhere. It happens in courtrooms across the country. This is nothing new. Hi, Jeff. Good to see Jeff here. There's nothing new here. It happens to everyone. But where are the criminal justice reform advocates? Outraged. They should be outraged, just like the 29 federal agents in a pre-dawn raid with machine guns. I like when the fat gun people go, hey, it's not a machine gun. No such thing as a machine gun. Shut up. We all know what we mean. And shut up's a bad word, according to Cyrus. I have to be careful. She's busting me out. So we all know that what the whole entire case handling was absurd. We all know we weren't supposed to find this out, but this happens to everyone. So where are the criminal justice reform advocates? Where's Van Jones on this, bro? Come on, Van Jones. You got any integrity, you weakling? Okay.
I need to sit down.
Okay. So where's Van Jones saying what they did to Roger Stone is beyond the pale? And this happens to everyone, and we need to come together and do some reform, right? Oh, they really care. This is also too why. Where's Javanka, for that matter? Hey, Javanka, why don't you call up your buddy Van Jones, who, you like him so much, but he doesn't like you. That's like the theme of the Javanka era is they like people who don't like them. Because I'll just call my friend Van Jones. He'll use you when he wants to, but come on, Javanka, pick up that phone, call Van Jones and say, hey, bro, where are you at on this? Where are you at on this? This is just unconstitutional. This is lawless. Where are you at, bro? Let's hear you. Let's hear from the ACLU. Let's hear from the far left criminal justice reform advocates. And if you're a criminal justice reform advocate and you're here to say, well, Mike, what happened to Roger Stone happens to everyone. No S-H-I-T. No S-A. I know this. I had a blog, Crime and Federalism. I wrote about this for 15 years. Why do you think I'm such a great legal journalist reporter? This ain't my first rodeo. I've done legal reporting for 15 years. I'm a licensed attorney. I've done all kinds of cases. I've done motion work at every level, from the lowest level case to the Supreme Court motions, right? Filed writs of habeas corpus, writs of mandamus. So if you're a lefty and you're like, well, this happens to every... No, shh. No kidding. You're not telling me anything. So I want to see, I want to see Van Jones. I want to see Javanka. I want to see the ACLU. I want to see all these people who really, really care about criminal justice reform speaking out. All right, friends. Can I unblock you on Twitter? No. You probably said something mean to me. I block a lot of people. And it's very hard to get unblocked. Thanks for listening. More tweets, cernovich.com, cernovich.com. We'll keep our coverage going there. If you're on Facebook, like and share this video. If you're on YouTube, like and subscribe. And if you're on Periscope, tap the screen a few times. And thank you, Jeff, for congratulations. Yeah, thank you. I have gotten some media credit for breaking this story. This is a game changer, actually. There's no other way to put it. This is objectively changes the public's perception And everybody needs to write about it too. Like everybody's got to talk about this. Because I even told some people who know Hannity, I'm like, he can steal it. I don't care. Because Hannity has this weird beef with me that's dumb. One of his producers came to an event that in Florida and yelled at me. It was like, Syra. One of his producers came in and like yelled at him. Syra, yes, sir. What's the problem? Well, you can separate the blanket yourself. I'll be right over there, okay? Okay. Because I've telling them, just steal the story. I don't care. This has to get maximum impact because this completely changes how people perceive the Roger Stone prosecution and moreover how people perceive the D.C. federal system. FISA court, D.C. This Amy Jackson or whatever her name is, Berman Jackson, I don't even know her name because it shouldn't matter. I shouldn't have to know a judge's name. She should just do her freaking job and uphold her constitutional oath and do what she's supposed to do. I shouldn't even know her name. She should just be Judge or Your Honor. Not, you're some hack. Not some political hack. We're not supposed to know judges' names the way we know politicians' names because judges just apply the law to the best of their understanding. The judge in this case, and again, I forget her name, the judge in this case did not abide by the law. And I say that, and she can cry and be mad. I don't care. This is indefensible. Thanks for listening. Mike Cernovich, cernovich.com, CERNOVICH.com. Talk to you later.